Hi, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. Say her name, Donna Lee Donaldson. Donna Lee is still missing, still has not been found, and the people who everyone at this point suspect to be the main culprits involved in her disappearance, to now include even a truck driver and the story of a couch and a conversation that has been leaked to social media by another social media influencer named Andre. All these things we're going to get into on a live, not now. Indicom is now set to question the male cop in the disappearance of Donna Lee Donaldson. Shout out to the Jamaica Loop for this one. And we'll take it from here. The male police constable that has now been named as a person of interest in the disappearance of social media personality 24-year-old Donna Lee Donaldson. He has retained the services of another top lawyer, Christopher Townsend. Listen, the female cop, who is also related to the male cop through relations, they have a child together. I was told at the time was 8 months old at this point. That female will also be questioned by Indicom, and they've given her ample time to prepare. Let's get into the details. Townsend, the attorney that has been retained now by the police officer, Townsend told Loop News that the Independent Commission of Investigation, or Indicom, will on August 3rd question the constable about his involvement with the social media personality. I am sure Indicom will also be questioning the female cop, who is the baby mother of this officer, also about her relations to Donna Lee Donaldson. The notice was served on Maitland, which is the police officer, to answer questions before Indicom, as the agency conducts what's called a special investigation to determine if there are any grounds to suspect any member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force has contravened the law. In other words, if they have broken the law, if they are involved in any way criminally with her disappearance, etc., etc. The case has created a mushrooming public relation cloud for the JCF. Donaldson was reported missing on July 13th, and according to police reports, on July 11th, about 10 p.m., Donaldson was picked up at her house by the constable, who is also her boyfriend, in a black BMW motorcar to spend the night with him at his apartment located in Kingston. However, on July 12th, Donaldson's mother, the missing female's mother, Sophia Lugg, reported to police that she had not seen or heard from her daughter. This is about 24 hours later. It's unlikely for her daughter to just not be in touch with her with so much time passed by. She suspected something was wrong. I don't know how one time mommy said, me just feel it in my belly, me feel it in my gut, me feel it in my soul. Or them said, me feel it in my spirit. That kind of stuff. So mommy contacted law enforcement about her daughter being missing. Reports further indicated that the constable, who is the father of a child for a district constable at the Halfway Tree police station, told Lugg, which is the mother, that Donaldson left his apartment on Tuesday. That's what the police officer, who is her boyfriend, told her mother, that she left his apartment on Tuesday, July 12th. Remember, she was picked up on the 11th at 10 p.m. by him, and he told the mother that she left on the 12th, sometime around 11 a.m. So from 10 p.m. at night, when he picking her up, to 11 a.m. the next day when she left. And he has not seen or heard from her since. You know, these questions, these stories, you have to ask a question. So I picked my woman up, right, at 10 p.m., late night. 11 a.m. the next day was the last time I seen her walking out my house. That's not even a lot of time. That sounds like some smash and go, ride all night and enjoy company and then leave early in the morning because you must be hungover or tired in the morning or something. What went on? What went on? And how she just left so? Wouldn't you normally drop her back off? I've been told that normally, same way he picked her up was the same way he would normally drop her back off. But did not. Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey at a press conference on Monday afternoon, the 18th, said that the police have processed the cars and the missing woman's boyfriend and of his baby mother. They processed the cars of both the district constable, female police officer who has the baby, for the other police, and then they did his car as well, and also the apartment. Townsend expressed displeasure now with how the police are conducting the investigation. Now you must remember, Townsend is the attorney that has been employed now by this police officer Maitland and to defend him. So of course he's not going to say, I'm happy with the way the investigation is going. Why? Because his client is definitely looking like culprit number one, suspect X number one. So Townsend expresses his displeasure with how the police are conducting the investigation. I don't know why. He said, we don't endorse the fashion in which the matter is being investigated. The police are singling out my client and his girlfriend, and it doesn't appear that the investigation is wider than that. So his defense or his position at this time is that he doesn't like how the investigation is going because it looked like the police, them not looking anywhere else. They're just looking at my client. So they're looking at them with like blinders on. So if there's someone out there who actually did something to her, then that person is definitely going to get away. That's what he is implying. He also went on further to say that the true perpetrators are probably out there laughing. Townsend said, the true perpetrators? Perpetrators of what, sir? As an attorney who has a client who said she walked away and I haven't seen her since, why would you, as his attorney, imply that true perpetrators of what? Meaning that somebody else is involved that has done something to her, that's the only way you could come up with a perpetrator, because your client already said that she left, right? They had an argument and she left. So according to his story, she left my house standing up straight, speaking properly, everything good with her, no scratches, no bruises, and she walked off perfectly well into the world, mad that we had a fight, right? Or a verbal argument. Why is his attorney saying, Mr. Townsend saying, the true perpetrators? People in the cities, you have to read between the lines, you know. See, some of these attorneys, right, them defend guilty people, but I've said this before on SouFLoTV, that's an attorney's job. Sometimes you go to your client and you say, listen, if you don't tell me everything, I cannot help you. Because if everything come out later on, or if anything comes out later on that I can't stand up and defend you against because I didn't know from before, but you knew about it and was holding it, then you might lose this case. So if you really want me to defend you and fight for your freedom, you have to tell me everything. Client, lawyer, privilege, etc., sworn to secrecy. Your attorney cannot just come out and say, my client told me he killed this person and he's guilty. That's not your job. That's not your position. That's not what you're there for. You have to take that to the grave, that your client was guilty and told you he was guilty. Unless there are code of ethics that you might be breaking by saying, listen, I can't defend this man because he told me he was guilty and my soul is just not right with this. But most attorneys won't do that, because then the person can say, I never told him any such thing. And guess what? You lost a client and a big payday, right? So here he is talking about the true perpetrators are probably out there somewhere. And I'm going to ask again, true perpetrators of what, sir? Townsend, the same attorney, disclosed that two eyewitnesses have now come forward to say that they saw Donna Lee Donaldson leaving her boyfriend's apartment on July 13th. Remember, I know. Eyewitness come said they saw her leaving on July 13th. Let's talk about the timeline again. Walk you through this. According to police reports, on July 11th at about 10 p.m., Donaldson was picked up at her house by the constable, who is also her boyfriend, in a black BMW motor car to spend the night with him at an apartment located in Kingston, which was his apartment. Her mom confirms this timeline and the phone call that said he wanted her to come with him to the apartment. So it's real, it happened. However, on July 12th, that is hours later, not even 24 hours later, but hours later, Donaldson's mother, Sophia Lugg, reported to the police that she had not seen or heard from her daughter in quite an extended period of time, and that was unusual. And then, now, how do we get to the 13th? Because this same police officer right here said that July 12th, sometime around 11 a.m. is when Donna Lee left him or his apartment and has not been seen or heard from since. So if his story says she left on the 12th, Mommy said he picked her up on the 11th, she saw it. He said the same thing. He said she left on the 12th at 11 a.m. But eyewitnesses, alleged eyewitnesses by his now new gotten attorney, is saying that two witnesses have come forward to say that they saw Donna Lee leaving his apartment on the 13th. I wonder who them a try fool. What are they trying to throw off here? Is it something that has to do with the garbage truck and the arrival of the garbage truck, and they're making sure that after the garbage truck was seen, then eyewitnesses also saw her walking out? That means that whole story about the couch and, people saying she might be in the couch, or were they talking about couch or the body? Are they trying to code something, say something in a message, blah, blah, blah? All that would be put to rest, because if all that happened on the 12th and eyewitnesses saw her on the 13th, then that means it couldn't be her that phone conversation that was leaked is talking about with the garbage man. On see the defense already setting up. So my word is this. This lawyer now knows exactly what happened. He now has to defend his client in a manner where none of this comes back to his client. Townsend also revealed that the police returned to the apartment on Thursday afternoon to conduct a second forensic sweep. Now, why would the police go back for a second forensic sweep? They don't usually do that unless something is into something. You understand? So on this second forensic sweep, I'm still asking the same questions that I asked before. And somebody said, SouFlo, because I said, listen, if they're going to go back and sweep it good, go with luminol, that lighting that shows you blood, after the facts of whatever, right? Go do a proper forensic team investigation and come with proper stuff. So if they go back there now, what that is saying is they saw something or they've heard something that made them go back. My theory before was garbage bags going out to the garbage man or garbage truck pulling up. Did they see any big black garbage bags going out? Those industrial bags that are used for construction and other things. Because if they did, maybe she might have been dismembered in that apartment. But this is why I love my audience, because a lot of people here think outside the box, not just what they're told to think. So one of the subscribers on SouFLoTV said, listen, if she was strangled, SouFlo, then there would be no blood for luminol to detect. So even if them go in there, with luminol, they're not going to find blood because she was strangled, right? If she did get chopped up and dismembered now or stabbed to death, different story. But the theory is that she was strangled. Now, a piece of information has been put out again by I believe it's a Constable Brown or somebody like that, a police officer Brown, that ends with Brown. Again, the same youth I'm telling you about, Andre, that leaked that, also put that out there because this person called in to have a conversation. And he asked her many times, are you aware that your job is on the line? Because you know, say, if you're a police officer, you know, and you got to tell, say, our next police officer committed a murder, or multiple other police officers committed a murder, then you're implicating a uniformed officer in murder. Your job might very well be on the line. Your safety might very well be on the line. So he rightfully asked her so on the phone call. I will put the link for the video so y'all can go see the video in full and listen, right? Because I watched it. The officer says something about holding a 10-year visa and don't care because at this point they just want to make the force better for others who come after them. When they come to serve, they will be able to serve under good conditions and not what the current situation is and the things that she has had to endure. However, the person went on to say that there's a big cover-up going on within the JCF and they're protecting these officers, and she is 1000% sure that Donna Lee Donaldson is dead. She was strangled in the apartment. Y'all walk with me? Okay. So when the person said to me, SouFlo, there won't be any blood for luminol like you're saying if she was strangled. And then the next day me I watch this thing ya, and the woman police officer Brown is saying she was strangled. She knows she was, and she went on to talk about a bunch of other stuff. Like I said, I will leave the link so y'all can go watch and see and listen to that. There's so much going on surrounding the disappearance of this young lady, but I honestly believe that, like I said before, one, she's dead. Two, they're working very hard to make sure that nothing comes out of this, that nobody is charged in this, because the persons that should be charged in this are people that they want to protect, because they want to protect their image, not just the image of the individuals. The image of the individuals is tied to the image of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, which has not been a good image of lately. Many police officers have been caught being moonlighting as gunmen and gangsters and taking money for hits and being involved in the drug trade, etc., etc. So it's not looking good right now for the JCF as far as their image goes anyways. So now to have two more implicated in a murder, that would just add to the list. That would just make it even worse now for people to continue to say, you see, may I tell you, and one and two of them, a whole heap of them, majority of the force is corrupted. And once that happens, then all faith is lost in the people. You know, so the people already, most Jamaican people don't trust Jamaican police. That's a fact. Talk to them. And if they think you're trustworthy and they should be honest with you, they will tell you, no, me not trust them. However, they trod on. And this right here would be another nail in the coffin for them, and they can't have it. Not only that, there are other stories out there about how well connected this police officer is, and also, I mean, connected to the music industry, connected to gunmen, and connected the underworld, I should say, and connected to the streets, and also be in a position of power as a police officer. So I've seen some things, I've seen some pictures, and I would like to talk more about Joshi, the musical artist Joshi, and what he said at Reggae Sumfest 2022 that just went down concerning this case. Also, the picture I'm talking about that I have seen was a picture with him, that same police officer here, and Joshi, the artist, and what Joshi said, and Joshi's interview that he had when he first came out, when he said the police them down a station and cause the corruption. I'm going to link all this together for you just to show you something else, but I want to do that on the next video. So right now, This is where this stands, and until we speak again, just leave your comments in the comment section below and get ready for Monday morning live on SouFLoTV as we do our morning thoughts morning show Monday to Friday, sometime from 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Catch it. Get your membership so you can comment in the comment section and be a part of the platform, or just watch it until you feel like you need to get your membership. I'll catch y'all on the next video. Things that get spooky. This ain't even the half. Stay tuned. I'm out. Peace.